Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? This is SCL0320. I am back for a brand new movie review. This movie was animated for an Academy Award this year. The movie officially came out, I believe, in Japan in 2013, but I think it got pre-released last year, 2014. It went up against, I think, Big Hero 6. It went up against How to Train Your Dragon 2 and some other notable, really awesome movies. But the name of this movie is The Tale of Princess Kaguya. This movie, it was actually really well done, and it's from Studio Ghibli. So those of you that know, like Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle, shoot, The Wind Rises. I mean, it's the same exact studio. This one just was not done specifically by the main person that's normally the main producer, but I'm going to read a synopsis for you so you can kind of get a gist of what's kind of going on. Found inside of a shrinking stalk of bamboo by an old bamboo cutter and his wife, a tiny girl grows rapidly into an ecstatic young lady. The mysterious young princess enthralls all who encounter her, but ultimately she must confront her fate and the punishment of her crime. This movie was actually really well done. So Chloe Grace Moretz, she plays Princess. The bamboo cutter was played by James Cain. Mary Steenburgen, she plays the bamboo mothers. The bamboo wife, bamboo cutter's wife. It's interesting. There's a lot of different notable names. I mean, you got Lucy Liu that played basically kind of the hand matrix that kind of wanted to get the girl enthralled into what it seems like to be a lady later on in the episode, in the show. I mean, they've got Oliver Platt, Beau Bridges, Dean Cain. I mean, they got some of everybody. Even they got John Chow. But the thing that I really liked about this movie is just the fact that the animation style is so esque and unique. It literally looks like it's being drawn right in front of you, like it's unraveling right in front of you. There's not any clear set lines ever. It's always penciled out and the colors are flowing naturally with the progression of great sound and symphonics when it comes to like somebody running. Like there's one scene where the main character, she's running and she runs through two different little kind of corners and cuts out into the grass. It's just some of the most beautiful animation I think I've ever seen, and notably so, I can understand why they nominated for Academy Award, because the thing that this movie does so well is it blurs the line of what is real and what is, I guess, a dream. But the thing about it is not just asking that question. You're brought to the realization that you know what it is, real or fiction, or a real or dream, but you want to dare to believe in the dream that's being in the process of what you're seeing. Like some of the things that happen in the dream state, like there's one point in the movie where you see, like I was kind of explaining, when there was a running scene, you don't know if it's like a dream or if it's real, but you know the reasoning, the emotion, and the turmoil is going on behind it and the reasoning for it. And then there's certain scenes where all of a sudden, like, the beginning of the movie had her in a stalk of a bamboo, like a bamboo stalk, and it's just glowing, and then she just sprouts up, and it's just a small little bitty, what looks like a little fairy, and then she just grows into this little baby, and it's mind-blowing. But at the same time, you're trying to process what is real and what's fake. And another thing that I noticed is that they took away from a lot of Japanese artistry that goes up, because if any of y'all have researched that some of the Japanese artistry with their interpretation of life beyond Earth or extraterrestrial is encompassed by, they kind of show some pieces, some pictures of certain things flying through, like through clouds, which we would know to be like a flying saucer, but the way that the imagery of how they perceived it was totally different. And there's a certain scene in this that it kind of along the same kind of lines, but at the same time you have to realize that this young princess, which they call her princess, she's not human necessarily. And I mean, there were times I was like, is she, isn't she? Like, I know she can't be, but it's like I'm daring to believe because she's got such a heart. And I felt like throughout most of the movie that the mother and the father, or the adopted mother and father, the bamboo cutter and the bamboo cutter's wife, they were the ones that were going through this life lesson, not necessarily her. It was going through her life, but I felt like there was something that they were supposed to get. And throughout most of this movie, I felt like either they were failing or succeeding or helping her or not really helping her or not understanding or grasping the seriousness, what was going on. It was always a feeling that there was something going on behind the scenes, and her even coming to them, or in the way she came into being a princess, a true princess, on a divine level, and certain things that kind of happen. It's just mind-blowing because you know that there's something there, but it's something that's just not, it's something that there's a block there, you know? That's without me spoiling too much, but I guess I'll go back because there's so much stuff that happened. The main character, she grows up in kind of like this wilderness, basically, with these like mountain cutters, and I mean, she's happy, she's content, she loves the grass, she loves animals. She meets up with a young man that she basically befriends at a young age, and I mean, it's funny because the way that she grows on an accelerated rate, and so it's so beautiful to see like progression from the beginning to the end. But how she grows in the beginning is exemplified later on when you're seeing her as a young woman, and why she keeps on going back to who she was and why she is. And I think a lot of that goes with the writing. The writing, to me, perpetuates that what we are and who we become are directed from what we've gone through, the life lessons that we've learned, the pure things that we've gotten, the negative things that we've gotten. But through it all, us being able to live is a gift, and what we do with it is everything. There can be times where tomorrow's not promised and you waste that entire time that you've been on this earth, or it might be something more that's done with your life. But it was interesting. It was really interesting, really beautiful. What else happened? There was a scene in this that, what happened? It was a scene when she was actually going she was going back to her roots, and when the scene comes up, the music is playing. Like, I knew either one, that this is reality and this could not be something that could be good, but at the same time I knew like I was daring to dream that this was what was really happening or could happen. Or it's really strange. Like, the movie makes you come outside of your shell and look on the grounded planes of your reality, of your subconscious. What does it look like to dream big? What does it look like to not have any limitations to what you're capable of? To be promised to do one thing, but then what is your heart really saying? And this girl, she just gets put through the works. And I mean, the voice acting is perfect. Like, Chloe Grace Moretz, I don't think of her as this hit girl. I really don't. Like, she does such an amazing job with her voice acting in this. I really enjoyed it. Even like the woodcutter with Kane and all the others, like, they identified with Japanese culture. If I was listening to it and they started talking in Japanese, like the way their dialect and the way that they pronunciated everything, it was on point in what I could perceive. And just, I mean, for sure, The Tale of the Princess Kaguya is one of the most amazingly beautiful illustrations of anime crossbred with pencil and just pure animation creation in dream format. Like, when you're looking at it, like, you're looking as though like you're looking through a storyboard, but then it's such a well directed, managed by the voice acting, managed by the sound effects. It was just so beautifully done. And I had bought this not knowing how it was going to be. It's not for everybody, I can tell you that for sure. but I really enjoyed the way that this anime made me feel and the progression of it as a story, and the voice acting was on point. So I'd have to give it no less than an 8.5. Highly recommended. I can really see why it got the nomination for Academy Award. I'm surprised it didn't win, but Big Hero 6 was really great movie, and I do have that actually over there. I bought that. But yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this review. Please leave your comments below if you have anything you want to talk about it. If you've already seen it, or if you love anything Studio Ghibli, please let me know. And if you like this review, please leave a like below as well. This is SCL0220 signing out.